Ooh.
And welcome, ladies and gents, to the Mixer. This is your boy Black, also known as SSSS Black, here for another week of recording and podcasting to bless your beautiful ears. We have ScubaSteve on the ones and twos as always. Steve, let them know.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is ScubaSteve. Today, I am in the bonnet. As you guys can see, we're doing a live video this time. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I did not do anything to my hair. Let me throw this bonnet on real quick. So, yeah, the bonnet is on.
And we also have a guest this week. And our guest is the lovely, wonderful, also beautiful Panda the Don.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Panda the Don, better known as the OG Panda, better known as Pitbull Panda, better known as Panda with the Hammer, better known as the High Q Ambassador, better known as Panda with a capital P. What's up, you guys? It's my first time here, so it's lovely to be here.
Oh, Panda, welcome to the Mixer, as we like to tell our guests. We appreciate you coming on and spending a little bit of time with us today.
Also, we got 2/3 of the watchers in the building.
Period.
There we go. I love it.
Shout out to Tail.
Shout out to Tail, bro. We need to do another Watchers episode soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure, this weekend. But you didn't hear that from me.
And as always, before we get down to the nitty gritty, we dedicate this podcast and all our recordings to our boy Stentinator. Stent, we missed you. It was your, I guess, 2-year anniversary of your passing, and we did not record last week due to that. But I did come down to LA. I did get to visit you, talk to you, saw Pops. So as always, we miss you, Stent. And I'm gonna hold down this anime thing as best as I can for you. So, and with that, we are off. So, Panda, Scuba, let's get into this week's anime lineup. Spring is giving us some unexpected gems, honestly. I did not think that spring was going to come with it after the ridiculous lineup we had for winter 2021. But spring was like, nah, we're going to do our thing too. And spring is giving us some pretty good gems. So is there any anime for sure that it's like, look, you got to be watching this spring for sure? Steve, what about you?
So I took your advice. Vivi is fire.
Yeah, I am on that Vivi agenda. Heavy.
Vivi is fire. Tokyo Revengers has been absolutely fire, and I can't wait for the season to end so I can start reading. Because as soon as the season ends, I'm reading like that.
You jumping in?
Yeah, I gotta read because that shit is fire. I almost started reading, but I was like, the way that this episode left on the cliffhanger, I was like, I actually want to see it happen and develop. And then for me, like you already know, I'm pushing that Odd Taxi agenda.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Odd Taxi been fired to me.
The porcupine dude talks and raps, and it's just like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? I was watching like the new episode. I was just like, nigga, is you rapping?
No, the funniest shit was when the llama chick, she was like, I know how to fight, and she started dancing.
She does capoeira, yes. I was just like, okay, bitch, because that's exactly how they did it. Like, that's exactly how they do it. Like, I think if I remember my history is correct, I could be completely wrong. Capoeira, like, to make it seem like they were actually fighting, they made it look like dancing. And I think it was created by, I want to say, slaves in like South America or whatever. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was like across the diaspora, like in that area.
Well, when I hear capoeira, I think of Eddie from Tekken. I think that's the man that made capoeira famous.
Brazil. It was in Brazil. Yeah.
What was funny was like, so he was like, I could protect you. And she was like, I know how to fight. And she started doing her little dance thing. And then like they ended up having like a little conversation for like 3 or 4 minutes. And then he said something like smart ass to her. And she just stopped what she was doing and she was like, she started doing it again. That shit had me crying. Like,
see, y'all hyping me up because I only dove into the first episode of Odd Taxi. I'm letting it build a little bit because I do want to do a small binge on it. Maybe just watch like 9 episodes and go on through. But see, now that y'all talking about it, I'm like, damn. I might have to start that again tonight. I might not be able to wait too much longer, but yeah, Odd Taxi for sure has been on my radar. So of course, Vivi, I push the Vivi agenda all the time. I mean, Vivi, it's just too goddamn good. Like last week's episode was like, oh man, like how could you make this shit better? Well, +1. We're gonna make it better for you. So I was just shocked. I was like, man, if you're not watching Vivi, watch Vivi, dog.
It's on my list. It's definitely on my list.
Yes, it's my recommended anime for spring 2020.
It's fire. Yeah,
Yes.
it really is fire.
You gotta go watch it.
And Mike Check actually been pushing. Polo been pushing.
Yeah, me and Polo we've been talking about that on Twitter. Me and Polo been pushing it heavy. So I appreciate that somebody else feels me too. So, but let's see, Aruma-kun, we got to talk about that. Are you up to date, Steve?
No, I'm not up to date on
Panda, are you watching Aruma-kun?
I haven't.
Aruma-kun? You talking about the demon school dude?
Yes.
I'm not. I actually tried to read it years ago, but like I couldn't get into it, so I never tried again. I think I did try. Actually, I lied. I did try again, but I just didn't feel like it. It might have caught. I feel like it caught me in the middle of one of my anime manga burnouts, so that's probably why. But
understandable. Well, I'm going to give
the nigga parents trash as fuck. Oh my god.
Oh man, we're talking about bad parents. Like, golly, like how you gonna sell off your son? Anyway,
they were shit before that. Like they
were horrible.
I remember reading it just like that. Damn.
Yeah, they were horrific parents. You're right, but the way that season 1 ended, it gave us a flash of like Bad Boy in Room 1, and so. This week's episode, referring to this upcoming Saturday, will be finally them showing Bad Boy Aruma, and it just looks like it's pure hype from there on in. So everybody's sort of been waiting on it. They gave us like 6 episodes of like, I guess you call it filler, but now it's literally leading from where season 1 ended into season 2, episode 6. So everybody's like, bro, we cannot wait till Saturday. You know, Saturdays is just like, it's the weekend, but for sure, Saturday morning, everybody's tuning in. So I'm looking forward to Aruma-kun. If you want to pick it up, it's decent. It's funny. It's it's school, but it's a great watch. So.
Now that we've exchanged information, it's kind of made the culture.
Yeah, right. I appreciate you because I was like, there's a bunch of stuff on Funimation that I don't have to go to the third-party website. Y'all didn't say that, but that we could go watch. So yeah, I appreciate it.
So now that that's happened, I'm definitely going to catch up on everything.
Panda, did you have any recommendations for anything people should be watching for the spring?
Oh, hell yes. My first one is, I have a lot I'm watching right now, but my first one is Tokyo Revengers, which I am currently reading and caught up to. Tokyo Revengers is amazing. People are comparing it to Erase, and I see why they say that, but it's very much different. And it's got delinquents and shit, so it's amazing.
It's not.
I love gangster shit. I love thug shit, thug life, period. So I love it. I love Tokyo Revengers. It's good. Takamichi is such a crybaby, but I love him. But my favorites are Draken and Mikey for obvious reasons. I love Draken's tattoo. If I was a little bit, wasn't trying to get into my career, I'd boom, be out here looking fire and shit. But I also have sensitive skin, so that's it. Second recommendation, of course, I'm watching Fruits Basket season 3, the final season.
Okay.
This has been this past episode. I really want to beat a keto up again. This bitch
you gotta sell this thing because Scuba told me to go watch it. I haven't stepped into it yet, but it has 3 seasons. So if you're gonna tell me a reason to watch it, let me know. Talk to me now. Let me know.
Shit, look, I like Fruits Basket, and Kai has really talking to Kai about it because she's read it and stuff. I watched the original series, and so watching this series be more loyal to the manga is really exciting because I don't know what's gonna happen next because I never read the manga. So watching each character with their traumas and what they experience, it's gonna piss you off, but it's so fucking good. Oh, I love it. I love the characters. I love the character growth, the character development, the story, the supernatural elements to it that don't overtake the story. And I'll still beat a keto up. That bitch can see me outside with my Rough Riders. Fuck he thought this was. But I always recommend Fruits Basket. Even Strange Keith will recommend it.
Okay.
And another one I'm watching, Backflip. Love Backflip.
What's Backflip?
It's a sports anime about men's rhythmic gymnastics, and it's about this guy who's a baseball player who's not really good at it, and he ends up walking into this competition for men's rhythmic gymnastics, and sees this team performing, and they do really well, and so he ends up wanting to join the team. And though the story follows the team he joins and stuff, and their growing pains with having new members and stuff. It is really cute and wholesome, and I love them. And my favorite character is Watari. He's so adorable. He's like a little gangster, but like he's just so nice and polite sometimes and stuff. I enjoy back the opening is by Sentimental, which is one of my favorite Japanese bands.
Okay.
Hey, look, they sung that shit. The opening credits give me chills, goddammit. But another one is Those Snow White Notes, which is really good. It's about this guy whose grandfather played the shamisen, which is a Japanese string instrument. Mm-hmm. And basically, his grandfather dies, and the main character is trying to find his own sound rather than just trying to copy his grandfather's sound. And it just follows his story as well, trying to figure out his sound and what influences his sound on the shamisen. And it's really good. I like shamisen music to some extent. I have to find y'all remember the old Wii commercials with the two Asian dudes who would come to the door and they would say, "We would like to play." You remember the song?
I think so.
So that song has the shamisens played by the Yoshida brothers, who are very famous shamisen players, and they played that. They played that song. I'm gonna send it to Steve, and if you listen to it, you'll know what song I'm talking about. But they play the music for the series, and I just really enjoy the music in the series, not just the opening or the ending, but I really enjoy the songs they play during the series itself. And it pulls you in really well. But I'm also just a fan of kind of Japanese music in general. And I would love to learn how to play the shamisen one day with all the yells and stuff like that, with all the vocal sounds that go with it. And I want to say, if I had to pick one more, I would probably say To Your Eternity is pulling me in.
I've heard To Your Eternity.
Listen, that first episode, I was like, look, I'm not built to be sitting here crying the whole time. And I'm like,
he damn near wanted to die because he was not really fucking he was not trying to heal that motherfucking wound on his leg. He was just so cheerful and shit. And then he cried. I was like, God damn.
I'm telling you this much. I ain't heard Twitter go off and literally all have the same opinion on much of anything because it's Twitter. But Jesus, I would talk about so many people crying that first episode. I was like, damn, I ain't ready for all this then. I got shit to do tomorrow. I ain't trying to be all sad and shit, walking around the house and shit. So I watched the first episode, and I know it's just improving and getting better. And I'm just like,
it's just I watched the newest episode too, and I'm just like, this shit fire. This shit is getting more and more. I love Hushi's development. What happened to March was really sad. That bitch shoulders chick, whoever the fuck her fucking name is, can get her ass beat too.
And the violence, she said.
Fushi's growth and how the narrator's voiced by Kenjiro Suda, who's one of my favorite Japanese voice actors.
We all know who that is. That's one of the goats when we come to VAs, for real. That man is a monster. Bro, you know when he come on, it's like you hear his voice and you like, okay.
He has a very distinct voice. You can't avoid his voice. And you hear it, you know who the fuck it is.
Right, as soon as he speaks, you're like, dog, you're a monster, dog. Your voice is known. So yes, we all know who that is. That's just to make sure we're talking about the gentleman that voiced Joker in Fire Force. Is that the voice?
And voiced Nanami and JJK. He also voiced Seto Kaiba.
So then you don't have to. If you don't know who we talking about, bro, you don't watch enough anime. It's as simple as that. And if you don't know, you need to go watch. Seriously, it's as simple as that. His voice acting is, his voice, dog. He's also you know his voice anyway.
But those are my top ones. I have a lot more, but these are the main ones that I've been I want to mention the Megalobox Nomad too, but I'm gonna say that for later.
Hey, no, Megalobox has been going crazy.
You watching this season too, Steve? Look, them kids got me fucked up.
Facts.
You need to tell me you told him to leave, but y'all mad at him for leaving? Bitch, if a nigga told me I ain't part of the family no more, bitch, I'ma leave too. What you mean?
Bro, Megalobox is so good, bro.
I know the first season was really good. I enjoyed the shit out of the first season. So the second season I know has to be good. I haven't dropped into it yet. But
so the first season I binged it because I didn't know anything about it, but this is better. Watching Megalobox, watching it better watching it week to week is better than
Okay.
Watching Joe struggle and how he's like that nigga was strung the fuck out first episode of the second season. I'm just like, nigga, you good? You straight?
You a wino? You a crackhead? What's wrong with you, man?
Right.
This nigga struck out on Xannies and shit.
That's all bad.
Like some anime are better as binges, but I honestly and truthfully think this is better week to week than it was. Okay. At least for me, because I feel like if I watched Megalobox the first season, it would have been better week to week than it was as a binge. And I feel like this second season is proving that. Like, it's better week to week because it's just the anticipation and everything like that. Whereas something like, what was it, Fire Force? Fire Force was so much better as a binge. I binged that second season, and I was like, yo, this shit is so good.
Fire Force was good. Oh my god, Fire Force is off the hook.
So yeah, some shows are better as binges, and some shows are better week to week. And I feel like Megalobox falls into that week to week thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So just to give you a heads up. So yeah.
All right.
I'm mad is where it's at, and the ending I really enjoy, like the ending song. Like it's not any heavy, like it doesn't stand out at first, but it's just like. Each episode is in Spanish, and like not the audio, but like the title, and like the ending is in Spanish. Ending song is in Spanish too, and it's really good. It's like smooth, and it's just chill, and like Joe out here just going through it. God damn, like my man just.
Man, Gilly's Joe.
A real struggle. I like it. All right, so with that, I want to transition into what we're going to talk about today. And so the conversation that we're having today is about the big three. Now, as we say the big three, we're referring to three anime: One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Now, I know everybody.
Dragon Ball Z does not belong in the big three. It precedes the big three. It is their father. Correct. Please stop. DBZ is part of the big three because y'all obviously are fucking new. Please.
It is not.
And there's no such thing as a new big three.
There's not.
Stop it.
Fucking preach.
There's not.
I said this last week. If there's no new Destiny's Child, there's no such thing as a new big three. I say what the fuck I said. Period. Fucking period.
Right.
Yeah. The big three. The reason that the big three was coined that way was because
they carried Shonen Jump.
Correct. Back when they first came out, they literally were on. That was literally Shonen Jump in a general. That was what it was. Also, it was also one of the times when they first all came on TV that they ruled the cable network. Before streaming, before YouTube, before Funimation, Crunchyroll, literally those three were on TV at all times. So that's why they got labeled as the big three. So when people come on and say, look, this is part of the big three, this is part of the big three, it's like, no, you got to know once what the big three is and the timing of it, because they all came out pretty close to each other. So, and not to mention, like, I think that if you say out of the big three, one or two of these are probably the most popular anime, I don't think people will argue. Like, literally, One Piece is considered the most popular anime in freaking Japan, like the land of anime. So it's like, I don't think they're going to get it wrong because this is what they do. So that's what the big three is. Like, people have to clarify that and understand that there's only one big three. That's the only three that's
one, and there will always never be another one.
If you want to be real, the big three's still technically going because One Piece never broke their shit up. Nope. But Naruto, Boruto is, you know what I'm saying?
And then we don't talk about that.
And then
and Bleach is coming back.
Bleach is coming back. Yeah. Really, the big three is still running. So like, stop with this new big three shit. That shit is not true.
If your anime ain't touched about 15 years, it's not. We ain't got to talk about it. Like, seriously, like, your anime got to be as old as some of your children's. Like, that's the point of literally the big three, because they've been going for so damn long, whether it's anime or manga. Not to mention, they rule the market when it comes to just casual anime people. You can ask people, have you heard of Naruto? I've heard of that. It could be just a random ass person on the street, and 9 out of 10, they've heard of Naruto, One Piece, or freaking Bleach. So literally, that's just how it was back in the Shonen Jump days, back when those three just came out. So they're the only ones that's going to have that label. Now, out of us three, I know we got pretty big fans of the big three. I am a One Piece stan. People know that. I don't throw it in people's faces, but I do let people know I do love One Piece. Like, Zoro's my boy. That's literally my favorite anime character at this point in my life. I have so much memorabilia of Zoro running around my house, swords, figurines, pictures, pops. Like, it doesn't matter. I have tons of Zoro stuff. And my wife is Nico Robin. So literally when I say I am a One Piece fan or stan, that's who I am. But that doesn't discredit Naruto or Bleach. I personally think that, in my humble opinion, I think Bleach has the better women. If we talking about waifus, like going across the list. And I think just Naruto in general, people know Naruto way more than they would know One Piece. So I think that all three have some type of appeal to it. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's my opinion on it. But Bleach and Naruto, for sure, like, they have their own following, their own gathering, and those teams are pretty strong within themselves. So
Naruto fans can't be toxic, though. I will say that, because they be getting on my goddamn nerves, and I'm a Naruto fan. Shit.
Right. Would you consider Naruto to be the most toxic fan base?
One of them, because niggas really fix they fuck ass whore mouths to say that JJK is based off of Naruto when the creator literally said Bleach and Yu fucking Hakusho. I done watched and read all of Naruto, and I done caught up to all of JJK. When I tell you the only thing remotely similar is that Gojo kind of looks like Kakashi, and that there's a 3-man fucking team. Outside of that, ain't from JJK is like fucking Naruto. And I want you Nimrods who think it is to read the interview with Gigi and learn some shit. And please pull your head from your fucking assholes that you don't seem to wipe.
What's crazy is I literally just saw on ESPN, they said
you saw that tweet, huh?
They said Jason Tatum versus the fucking Wizards, and they had fucking Gojo
versus the volcano guy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Sports Center with the anime reference? Okay, Sports
But
Center.
then it was people in the comments, and they was like, how dare they show Goodwill Kakashi?
Right.
Like, what?
Hold on. Goodwill Kakashi. Don't do that. First of all, let me tell y'all, raggedy motherfucker something. Gojo is better sensei than Kakashi. Let's start there. Kakashi. He is watching Kakashi because let's just be honest, Kakashi is taking a lot of L's in his life. Got appreciation for Kakashi. Gojo has only taken one major L, and that led to him having one of the greatest moments in JJK. Wait till this shit animated. Y'all gonna see. I told y'all niggas, fuck you, man.
We here again because I'm up to date on the JJK.
Yeah, boy, y'all know that Shabuya, bro. Oh, like, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Shibuya brings up some bad memories too.
There's a lot of shit that happens in Shibuya. Like,
but what y'all not finna do is call Gojo a fucking Goodwill Kakashi because Gojo will beat Kakashi's ass without even breaking his fucking smile. Okay? So also, Gojo is a great sensei because Gojo was, ready to go to war after Ryuji got fucking killed because of the fucking higher-ups doing own bullshit. When Kakashi couldn't even take care of his fucking teacher's son or even watch after that little nigga when he was drinking fucking spoiled milk. But that's beside the fucking point. I ain't gonna get into this because niggas gonna get mad.
Yeah, no, I mean, for people, I get it, and that's part of why the big three also can become, like, somewhat toxic, because it's like, you're going to say that everything is based off of Naruto, and, like, mangaka would let you know, like, okay, I like these two series, and that's where I got my influence from. You're like, nah, it had to be one of the big three. No, it's like the only time that you actually claim the big three is when you want to make a point online.
I be really wanting to beat niggas up for saying that bullshit. I really want to be beating niggas up. Like, I really want y'all to understand.
Like, sometimes, like, it's called, being, like, I don't know, just literally when you have a series that's been groundbreaking and literally world-changing for, like, a whole genre or something. It's called literally being, like, honored. Like, so if somebody takes something from your series and brings it into their series, that means that they were watching what you did. And they liked it. So in return, they're like, you know what, I'm going to honor this series and basically show some love to it. Like, that's seriously. It's like, I'm playing basketball and I like the Iverson's crossover. So I learned Iverson's crossover. That's nothing to knock Iverson. It's just showing that you're just putting love to who you idol. And it's the same concept when it comes to Big Three. People take like inspiration from so many different series. And of course they're going to take inspiration from the Big Three. It's natural because the Big Three were that popular. But to say it's just a clone or a knockoff, you don't give a damn about the series. Like, you really don't care.
Yeah.
Niggas watch one episode and think, oh, this got to be a knockoff. No, it's not. Y'all are a knockoff version of your fucking parents.
Seriously, but like I said, for me, I remember the Big Three. I remember seeing all of it on TV, whether it was Konami, whether it was shit back in the days of 4Kids TV when they censored the holy hell out of everything. And I remember literally watching them on TV and not knowing that it was anime one, just thinking it was normal cartoons, not having a whole nother clue that it was something entirely different, but just watching them. And it brought back memories because I was like, man, as I got younger, I was like, okay, I'm not watching this literally from when I was young. When I got older and started binge watching all these series and sitting down and watching them and understanding what's going on, I was like, bro, I could see why the world was going crazy. Like, the Big Three literally pushed us into an era of anime. Like, they literally helped, like, people from overseas start to love anime because of them and how popular they were and how popular the three main characters are. Between Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo, like, literally, they're the banners of popular-ass characters. Seriously, Luffy is everywhere in Japan. The only other person I see that's as popular as Luffy and Naruto, it's Goku, right? Literally. And again, like, going back to what we were saying, I consider Goku to be the grandfather to all of them. Because Dragon Ball came out so much longer than all of those. Like, right. And just original Dragon Ball dropped when I was born. That's how I know the shit's old. And I'm like, damn, I'm old. I get it. I'm getting to prehistoric levels of age. So I don't take no offense to it when I talk about my childhood. And so I'm like, bro, like, those shows are old. Like, I consider those literally in the category. I call them like the founders. Like, you got all the old anime that came out in like the early 90s, the back end of like the 80s and stuff like that, like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu, Gundam, like all those anime got a lot of people started into anime before they even knew what anime was because they were like 3 or 4 years old. But then with the Big Three hit, that really pushed the mainstream. And so that's what made the Big Three as popular as it was. It was also around the time, I think, that's when Y2K was hitting. So there was a lot of stuff going on at that time, but it just pushed anime into being what anime was going to be in the future. So,
big fact. So, while we're on the Big Three conversation, because we're not downplaying anybody, who is your favorite MC from the Big Three?
MC, well, I think I'm biased as hell when I say that, being a One Piece stan, but of course I love Luffy. I personally feel that Naruto is more popular than Luffy and Ichigo, though. Like, Naruto, when people see the orange jumpsuit, the yellow hair, I just think people instantly know, okay, that's Naruto. I might not have even watched the episode, but that's Naruto. So I don't consider him as popular as Luffy.
Definitely in the United States, Naruto is the most popular of the Yeah, but I feel like in Japan, Luffy might be the most popular. But we're not talking about Japan. We're all, I mean, all of us are in the United States. So
yes, we are.
Yeah. So,
and somewhere in Narnia somewhere. Like, she don't count. She's not in the U.S. right now. She's like in a whole.
Technically, I am in Japan. I am like ex-high school. Well, I'm not ex-high. I'm still in high school. That makes me a creep. But technically, I am because, like, I'm with the MSBY Black Jackals. There we go.
We definitely got to plan a trip to Japan. I don't know how we're going to do that.
If I already said if I ever go out there, I'm probably not coming back to the States. So I'm trying to stay away from going out there because I know me. I think I love it a little bit too much out there.
But Panda, who's your favorite of the Big Three?
Naruto has always been my favorite, but my Naruto always, like, I feel like as a fan of any series, you have to be willing to accept the critiques that are, like, the faults within that series. And I know Naruto has hella faults. With the female characters, Masashi, Kishimoto, respect to you, but you didn't do shit for any female characters.
You did not. I would completely agree. Naruto does not have the best female characters out of these three, for sure.
But I want to say, and on behalf, and you know, like, Bleach is my second favorite, and Bleach has always been like my top 5, to be honest. And my top 5 shifts, but Haikyuu stays at number 1. But the thing with like Ichigo that I appreciate is like he's not similar to that of Goku. And what I mean is not to say your Luffy and Naruto are carbon copies, but they have traits that remind you of Goku. They eat a lot.
Yes,
they kind of slow a little bit. Like they have those qualities that are similar to Goku, but Ichigo is his own person. And like plus Ichigo doesn't really have any dreams like Naruto and Luffy. Ichigo's just like, my nigga, I just want to live my life. And y'all keep on attacking my friends. And, like, I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like, let me live my life. Like, that's all Ichigo wants to do is protect his friends, which is, like, admirable and shit. And I really appreciate Type Kubo bringing other cultures into his characters. Because you notice the Soul Reapers are Japanese.
Yep.
The Espada and all of the other hollows are basically, well, the more advanced hollows are Spanish. And Latino. Yep. And then you have the Stern Ritter, who are German. And I really appreciate him incorporating those different cultures into his series. I hate how they screwed him on the ending, but I do appreciate that. And I think people don't have as much appreciation for Bleach as they do the other two series, which I hate. Like, people are always saying Bleach is the worst out of the big three. And they always talk about the fillers. But for me, Bleach has the best fillers out of the big three.
Bleach has some solid fillers. I will not deny that.
Some very solid fillers. And I would, if I had to go back and watch series, like based on just the fillers, I would choose to watch Bleach's fillers because they have some good fillers. A lot of those fillers have some good villains and some good concepts, especially the Zanpakuto coming to life.
Yep.
Especially I kind of enjoyed the Bound arc. Don't tell Mike, don't let him know. He probably won't listen to it, but I actually enjoyed the Bound arc, even though it was like not like canon at all. Like I'm not a fan of fillers, but I'll be the first to admit that Bleach has some amazing fillers. And I really feel like people sleep or like try to like talk down to Bleach without actually watching it and enjoying the fuck out. They say Bleach has more fillers. Bleach has a lot of fillers. Bleach doesn't have that many fillers. Bleach does not have that many fucking fillers. And for people to say that means that they didn't really watch Bleach.
Right.
And you can always skip the goddamn fillers, dipshit.
It's only 250 something total. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nowhere close to as near as Naruto and One Piece.
Naruto got like a lot of fillers, especially before Sasuke ass left. They got a lot of fillers.
Naruto
if we're ranking
fillers,
the only Naruto filler I could go back and watch is when they try to get Kakashi to take his mask off.
That was funny. That I'll be honest, that's a classic one.
If we
Naruto is known for fillers.
It's definitely Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. If we rank it fillers,
yes,
because Naruto has some fucking dry. If you ever read the Bible, Leviticus, Naruto is Leviticus.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord!
You did not just compare Naruto filler to the Bible. I'm like I didn't hear that. Lord, don't spite me because of Steve, because I did not do it.
No.
Don't spite me because of Steve.
There's
like make sure that like your boy hits him in Texas or wherever the hell he's at, but
there's some
don't let it come to Cali.
There's some good stuff in the Bible, but Leviticus, boy, that motherfucker is dry. Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh my God.
I wish we had Pastor J Rock because he'd tell you Leviticus is dry.
Let me text. Actually, you know what? Let me tweet him.
Yeah, just text him. Is Leviticus dry? Just message him. Leviticus
again, Lord,
I'm gonna add him on Twitter.
If you send your bolts, make sure they are aimed for the state of Texas. Keep them away from Panda because Panda was a part of this.
If
and
Leviticus
was completely away from Cali because I had nothing to do with this, Lord.
If Leviticus was a dry wine, what dry wine would it be? Because good Lord. But anyway.
I'm waiting on him to respond.
You just let us know. But so what else is so the big three, what is your who has the better cast, if you will?
Probably I'm gonna say in between Bleach and One Piece.
Of course I'm a little bit biased towards One Piece, but I sort of like the cast of Bleach for sure. Like I just felt that they like Bleach for sure. Like I'm gonna just clarify this: Bleach had the best trip. Because the Bleach characters were fitted, and I mean, like seriously, their clothing, like Kubo, is it Kubo or Kibo? I might be butchering it.
Kubo.
Thank you.
Kubo.
My man knew how to draw his characters up nice. Like they was fitted. Whether it was the girls in bathing suits, whether it was the first episode where they showed the intro and had everybody in snowboarding gear.
Asterisk. Oh, that shit was fire. Niggas had on the white and the blue and the red and the headphones.
He put them in everything.
Oh man,
he was like, bro, we about to stunt. Like, this is my first opening. We are stunt team.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was just like, oh, man. Like, yeah, for sure. Bleach had the best drip. I'm leaning that way. And I almost, like I said, I already said it earlier, but I'm leaning more towards that Bleach might have the best waifus. I say that half-heartedly, but that's another conversation for another day. But for sure, best drip. Oh yeah,
Bleach got some good ass. Like you got Yoruichi, Happy Bell, Orihime, Rangi.
Hey, now Orihime now. That's just Ichigo and the sexy clone Jutsu.
Oh no, dude! Don't do that. Somebody did that on Twitter.
We're not gonna do Orihime in no way like that. God damn it! No, we're not gonna do.
Everybody just heard that. Now the only thing they can see is Bleach. I mean, it's Ichigo and the sexy clone.
Ichigo does not. Orihime does not act anything like Ichigo. They just have colorful hair. That's the only reason you're saying that is because she has colorful hair. That's it.
Yeah, that was wild. That take was absolutely absurd. I was like, look, I get it. You're trying to slender a series, but jeez, come on, man, be better. Be better, dog. Like, come on now. And again, why are you even trying to slender the big three? Like, their sales alone almost keeps them from not being slender. I'm not saying there's nothing bad about the series. Every series has its pros and cons. But for you to just be flat out slender, and it was just, man. Twitter can be toxic, y'all. Twitter can be toxic. I tell you that much.
That blue bird. But,
okay, you just hold on. Now I heard Bluebird, so now I think we're gonna go into the wheelhouse of me and Panda.
Oh.
You know where I'm going with this, Panda. And you opening who had the top? Who had them? Because I mean, all of them came. Let's be honest, all of them came with it because I remember Bleach using Asian Kung Fu Generation a lot. I do remember Naruto using Asian Kung Fu Generation a lot. One Piece never had Asian Kung Fu Generation, but. I mean,
I'm gonna be biased between Bleach and Naruto because I didn't.
That's fair.
The only open I really listened to from One Piece is One Day by the Rootless. That's the only open I've ever fully listened to and really enjoyed. But as far as Bleach and Naruto, I gotta say, not just openings but endings as well. And I hate that we didn't get the full experience of that. But I have to go with Naruto because.
Hey,
Bleach did have some misses. Naruto has some misses too, but so if we have to go by opening one of Bleach and Naruto, and I'm talking about full open, not because the English openings we didn't have a lot. Some of the openings we didn't get from Japan.
Right.
So you have opening one of Bleach, which is Asterisk by Orange Range. Opening one of Naruto, which is Rocks, and I don't remember the man. I have to go with Bleach because that opening for Naruto, opening one for Naruto didn't stand out to me. Opening two, however, I'm gonna have to go with Far Away by Asian Kung Fu Generation for Naruto.
Okay.
Although I love D Techno Life by Uberworld though, but they sing about the same shit all the time.
They do. Uberworld has the same sound. It sounds like they talk about the same thing.
Just like this is what you said, and like love is this, and it's just like nigga, talk about something else.
And I think the third opening for Bleach was the
Ichiro Hayana by High Mighty Color.
I love that song.
I love that song. We didn't get a chance to hear You Turn Your Sadness into Kindness from Little by Little, which is a banger. I hate that we missed out on the opportunity, but I think Ichiro Hana hit harder. I will say that.
I didn't.
It did hit a lot harder because, like, you saw them graphics, my nigga. Like, this shit's fire.
Like, they were all, like, basically it was the first time you're meeting everybody from the Soul Society. So
it was kind of the first time you was meeting White Ichigo fully. You saw what that nigga could do.
Yep, so that was good. One Piece had its openings, not much. Of course, everybody remembers We Are. The second one was Believe in Wonderland, which pretty decent, but not as popular. I don't think
One Piece's not touching either one of them. Honestly.
No, I don't believe that. It's third on the list. Like One Piece had some catchy ones, but
it's not touching the power of Naruto and Bleach.
It's not nowhere close. We all agree on that. Yeah.
Opening 4 for Naruto and Bleach. So you have for Naruto, you have Go by Flow.
I love
Probably
me
want
some
to choose
Flow.
that one, but I love Tonight. For the record, it's called Go. It's not called Fighting Dreamers. For everyone who does not seem to know that, but I do love Tonight by Beat Crusaders. That is a good opening, and I really enjoyed it. Opening 5, you have Again by Yui for Bleach, and then you have I love Youth Rhapsody by Sambo Master. I gotta go with Youth Rhapsody.
Yeah, that Sambo Master. Come on.
I got it. Them graphics, that allusion to Sasuke being on some fuck shit in the opening.
That was what it was. Like
boy,
the lyrics and the images fit the Sambo Master song a little bit too perfect.
You saw like Kiba, Naruto, Neji, Shikamaru and Choji all team up to go find Sasuke, and I did enjoy opening 5 again by Yui, but something about Sambo Master's vocals and the guitar and riff and everything hit a lot harder. So with opening 6, you have No Boys No Cry by Stance Punks for Naruto, and then you have Alones by Aqua Times. I gotta go with Alone because that's my shit. Like Aqua Times, they disbanded some years ago. Love them. I really love them. But they did this shit like Oreta, oh Suba. I thought Cone was out here banging and shit.
So
but
then
like,
I'll ask you as you go through the opening, then I'll ask each 3 of us, what is your top opening? And it could just be from any of the 3 series. Your top opening. I'm not going to give you one from each series. I'm going to give you the best opening from the 3. You only get one. You get one. So name one. I know what mine is, so I'm curious to see what yours is.
You want to opening and endings?
No, you can do endings, but I'm thinking of openings off the top of my head. Endings, yes, sure. We'll do that.
Mine actually are both Naruto. Mine are Fighting Dreamers.
Okay.
Go, nigga. Go.
Not Go. Flow. Yeah.
Go by Flow.
Yeah, Go by Flow. My bad. I'm sorry, Panda. But for the simple niggas that don't know nobody.
Yes, because there are some that might not know it's Go.
J-Rock said, yep, least favorite book is in the Bible for me.
J-Rock about to get smited too. Jeez, oh my goodness.
My favorite ending is Wind by on the first.
Oh, I know he's talking about
that's
with the flute.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Okay.
That shit almost made me tear up one day. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I listen to this song all the time, but it was because I was drunk. I was like, my drunk ass done got emotional in this shit.
That's fair. Panda, name your opening and endings. You only get one. You get one.
It's so hard.
Pressure.
Okay, let me go based off of the shit that I listen to most often.
Right. You gotta be one. It's one, so you gotta choose either one from Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece. You only get one.
It's probably gonna be a Naruto opening, knowing me. Actually. Shit.
I think we got her. We got her a little bit.
Okay. I can't go based off what I listen to all the time because, like, I listen to a lot of fucking openings, especially from especially from Bleach and Naruto. So I'm gonna have to go with like probably Haruka Kanata, Far Away by Honshu Kung Fu Generation is my favorite opening because, Alones will probably be the next one from Bleach, Alones by Aqua Times, but like. If you play that, a lot of people recognize that shit. And, like, I have to appreciate Asian Couple Generation for always delivering.
Listen.
That
band gives you music. Like,
Masafumi is my fucking favorite. I love him. Like, his voice is amazing. And if I had to go to Asian Couple Generation, I'm cutting the fuck up. Fuck you mean. Plus, their album art is amazing. Like, this shit gorgeous as fuck.
Especially for is it Again? Is that the name of the album? If I'm not mistaken, for Asian Country.
I think it might be Again.
Yeah,
I like if they have a lot of like album art that's so beautiful, and I have used it as my like backgrounds before on my computer, my old laptop.
I ain't mad at you.
But
what about your ending?
My top ending, however,
Here we go.
Oh shit! There's so many good ass ones.
Yeah, the
I'ma be
endings is
real.
hard. People don't listen to endings.
They
The
don't,
endings
and
are
I really
fire.
like. I really want people to start listening to ending songs because a lot of them are bangers. But I would have
They
to
are.
pick
Break the
if I.
shackles of not listening to endings.
Uh-oh.
But I have to say, I might. It's in between. It's in between Orchestra of Midnight by Aqua Times, which is from Naruto. Because Naruto, the Naruto OVA, Naruto X UT, which had so many amazing scenes. It's like, y'all gotta watch it. It's a great OVA. They use Orchestra of Midnight by Aqua Times as a song, which is really good. It hits you right here. I watched it years ago. It hits you. I kept rewatching this shit while I was under the dryer in a beauty shop when I still had a perm. That's how good the shit was. Either that or probably Mask by Aqua Times, which is the last opening for Bleach. It's in between those two. I have a lot of them that I really, really like that I can't just help just listen to, but it's in between those two, though. I have to give it in between those two.
Fair enough. Now, if I'm looking at
your turn.
all right, so my favorite opening comes from Naruto as well, and mine is Bluebird. And the reason that Bluebird stood out to me, I don't know what it was, but it was just something about I was like, all right, I don't need to hear no more. That's 2 seconds where I looked into a song, and I was just like, all right. And I think what it was the arc that Naruto, it was Shoot Up. So the arc that it was on is when, spoiler alert, is when I think it is Asuka? It's the guy that was that was Shikamaru's leader team. Is it
Asuma?
Thank you, Azuma.
It does reference Asuma's death a little bit.
So the song just was like, damn, he really did, and so it made you emotional, but it was just like, damn, her singing is really catching me completely off guard. But it was just, I don't know, it was something about that open that she was singing that shit. Oh man. No soda. Sorry.
Monogatari be having some bangers. Then they that and Hikari. No, I forgot the name of the song, but that was opening 5.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my opening. Like I said, that opening is just something about it. I don't know what it is, but it stays in my head. Like I'd be somewhere random, just I'd be like, why? Why did this pop up? Like I'm at work. Like why is this going on? So that. And then my ending is actually from One Piece, believe it or not. We haven't mentioned much songs from One Piece, but my ending is from One Piece, and it's called Glory. It's a song where they're in the Alabasta arc, and they're
yeah.
They're in the Alabasta arc, and basically the ending is basically like Vivi, which is their temporary crewmate with them. And so the song, it starts off with a piano lead, and then it just goes into this I don't know what that would be, like a flute or something like that, but it gives you like a 90s feel. And from there on in, I was like, okay, it was an emotional song. It related to Vivi and her trials and tribulations, so it hit me a little bit hard. But the song was just like, man, chill, real emotional, but the singer was just going off. And I'm like, damn, like, you don't get enough credit because you're really singing this shit. But those are my two. So those are my two. And it's fun because literally, these animes have been out for so long, yet their music has resonated in everybody in some way, shape, or form. Like, Steve didn't even know the name of the song, but we all know if we hear "We Are Fighting," people will call it "Fighting Dreamers" to the end of time and never know the name of the goddamn opening. But if you say "Fighting Dreamers" and start singing it, people gonna know. Oh, that's the Naruto. Yeah. So those songs will be iconic by some very iconic bands throughout our time. So
that's my shit.
Fighting Dreamers is nice. I get it.
48 minutes. We got time. We'll do one more topic from the big three, and then we'll go into the top 5. In the top 5, I feel like we're gonna argue.
Top 5? Okay, I'm curious what we talking about. Go ahead.
It's only 3. It's 3 of us. It's not 4, so we can do top 5 instead of 3.
Are you talking about the draft?
Yeah, the draft.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the draft. Okay.
The draft. So we can do one more topic from the big 3.
Fair enough.
We're only giving flowers. We're not diminishing the big 3.
No. None of this has been knocking any of the big 3. We understand the influence that the big 3 had on anime and manga in general. So we all understand what it brought to us, and we get it. It's like there's no point of trashing something that literally went on for years and that hyped up what we all love, which is anime. So why trash it? Like, give it its flowers while it's here, right?
So who has? Damn, I don't feel like that's fair.
I mean, it might be. Go ahead and throw it out. Too late. You didn't already started it.
Who got the best villains out of the big three?
Oh, I sort of know where this is going.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's why I said I don't feel like that's fair because.
Okay, no, but I mean, if we're taking top villains overall, Naruto, I don't care what anybody fucking says, Madara should have been the motherfucking villain of Naruto. He should have
been the main
villain. They fucked that up.
They
you don't have a man come in who's been hyped up and talked about for literally like 600 episodes. Like, literally, he's been talked about for so goddamn long.
And make him not the main villain.
His introduction is literally him going against an entire army. The entire army is so terrified that they had to scream war cries to even get the gumption to run to one human. And he goes out and absolutely whoops everybody's ass with no hesitation. My man, when I saw the visual, when they showed him and his eyes were darting around, I got scared. I'm not even on the motherfucking battlefield. I'm like, the fuck?
This would have been me in the background, like y'all got it. Y'all got it.
There was somebody in a TikTok video where they were saying a ninja at the Great Ninja War, and dude was just looking lost on the battlefield, and he like, you good? And he's like, niggas just getting killed by it, and they was like, wait, Madara's on the way. And he looked at it, he's like, oh, Madara. He turned back around, and he looked in the sky. He's like, is that a fucking meteor? I said, I was like, I get it.
When I first read that in the manga, I was like, bitch, is that a fucking meteor? Like when Onoki managed to catch the first, I was like, bitch, is that a fucking
bro, like this nigga Madara was on some real goon shit. Like he was like, bro, overtime started like 2 hours.
I'm just like,
they fucked that up. I'm sorry, my man literally as a villain should have been the main villain.
Number one.
He was such
that's actually what GB and I think Sensei would definitely agree with that. That Madara should have been the main villain.
Like he was too badass, and all the hype that it led up to until he got there, and then he not only held down the hype, not only did he completely he fucking surpassed the hype. He went so fucking crazy in his introduction. Like that shit was crazy. So for sure, in my opinion, Madara, I wouldn't consider him the best villain because I do fuck with Aizen, and I like the way that
Aizen would have played Madara like a fiddle.
Like a fucking flute, like a flute. And I feel bad because Madara was the motherfucking monster, but Aizen, when talking about smart ass characters playing the world,
to be honest,
Aizen did his shit, and I ain't even mad at it. Like Kubo wrote one hell of a villain. Like seriously, he wrote a villain. That's for damn sure. So,
to be honest, best villains. I got One Piece just because Doflamingo is just that fire.
And Doflamingo is my top villain in One Piece, and I get it. I do completely understand.
I do fuck with Kaido right now, but number 2 is definitely Aizen.
Yeah, Aizen's a fucking.
Aizen is just really that nigga. But
like you knew shit was bad. Like you knew shit was bad when Ichigo's theme song started to play. And you already know Ichigo's theme song number 1.
He stopped that nigga theme song.
My man stopped his theme song mid-fight. I said, no. I said, no. Like, this shit's ending. Like, you should have just cut the fucking episode at this point because you want some other shit. Like, I said, yeah, all right, this motherfucker's a badass. And I'm all here for it. I'm like, bro, look, do your carnage. I don't care who the fuck you kill at this point, dog. Go to work because I'm trying to see what you about to do.
Bro, yeah, he stopped that nigga theme song.
He stopped Ichigo's theme song.
Aizen is definitely my number 2, but if we did like strongest, it's different. Like obviously, I feel like Aizen is stronger than Dofi.
Yeah,
if we're doing like power wise, but if we're talking about like actual everything entwined with it, like the whole everything with it, Dofi is my favorite. Then I would give it to fucking Dofi.
Dofi was a dick.
Yeah, Dofi.
He was an asshole at his time.
I've heard stories about Dofi.
Yeah, Dofi was.
He's a dickhead.
Dofi, wow. He's a dickhead. And what made it better is that as we got to learn more about him, because they kept so much under wraps about Dofi, as you got to know more about him and about who he was, you're like, dog, you went from a dick to like a major asshole. Like you are just For a villain, that's not even the main villain.
No BL though. No yaoi in this bitch.
Imagine Light Yagami, how you said he was like everything was given to him, because that's pretty much what Dofi was.
Yeah.
Everything was given to him, and then his parents had a change of heart, and he was like, "Nah, I'm used to this."
Like, yo, y'all been feeding me the silver spoon for how many years now? You want to take this motherfucker away?
Fuck everybody, fuck everything you going through, because I'm used to this. And then on top of that, let me partner with the niggas, the Celestial Dragon. Right. Dofi was definitely my number one.
Dofi was fucking
like to kill your parents and your brother.
Yeah, Dofi was on some shit. You gotta be fucking cold hearted, dog. Yeah, you killing relatives and siblings, dog. You gonna kill moms and pops? Like, damn, dog, chill. Like, nigga,
you kill both is like, this nigga really is that nigga. And then on top of that, Aizen was my second, and then Madoru would be my third.
Fair enough.
But overall, villains, if we go deeper than that, you got what's his name? Kaido. Then also you have Crocodile, and then you also have
Inaru.
Yeah, I was about to say his Japanese name, but Inaru, that's better.
I thought Inaru was his Japanese name, and Enel was his English name.
Right.
Enel is his. I thought
because in Japan they don't pronounce their L's, like they don't really say luge, like they'll pronounce them like R's because L isn't technically part of their alphabet. So
yeah, but either way. That and I'm like, okay, those are stacked. Then
I mean, we're talking about 1 through 10. Yeah, I can lean towards One Piece and don't feel guilty. I mean, I think, but yeah, I lean towards One Piece and not feel as guilty. I would lean towards Bleach having like strongest character overall. We leave it Aizen. And then the most badass villain, I lean to Madara. So I mean, if we do it that way, that's my opinion. But
I want to put Orochimaru in the running, and here's why. Because Orochimaru scared the shit out of me when he first popped up on the screen. I was like, who is this woman looking bitch? Why her face coming off?
Did we all think he was a woman in the beginning? I think so. I thought it was what the fuck was going on. Time, dog.
I just knew this nigga. People were making Michael Jackson jokes.
People still make Michael Jackson.
People still make Michael Jackson jokes.
But honestly, I had Naruto as my second. Bleach was my third, because other than Aizen, the villains on Bleach are just.
Yeah, I don't remember too many villains.
Ukiura was a good villain. Grimjaw was a good villain.
Okay, Grimjaw was pretty good.
Grimjaw was good, but
was he a villain?
Was a good villain, even though he ended up being kind of like on the good guy side. But Mayuri was kind of like. That nigga fucking freaky as fuck.
I don't remember. Was Grimjaw like an anti-villain? Like, was he part good, part bad? I really don't remember.
No, he wanted to fuck Ichigo up. He wanted to beat Ichigo ass. Nah, he was in the spider. He was a whole spider.
All right.
Naruto got Madara. They got Orochimaru. They got Pain. Zabuza. It's just Zabuza. It's just.
Like, even though Zabuza was technically Naruto's first villain, Orochimaru was the first motherfucker that really gave me chills at this bitch. I ain't know who this nigga was, what he wanted with Sasuke and shit. That nigga was frightening. And the music they played when it came to him was fucking frightening. That woman singing in the background and shit.
Yeah, no, she's right. She's right. Because you're like, who the fuck is this nigga? And why is he so terrified?
When I first watched this shit, I would hide my face because I was so scared of this man. They made him into some type of game card with Boruto, and I still wonder why the fuck they let this nigga live. Like, this nigga killed the third, did experiments on babies, gave Sasuke the fucking curse mark, and made him betray the fucking village, and has done so much damage to fucking the Leaf village and shit. But this nigga gets to live.
He got a fucking pass. Like, Naruto was like, bruh.
Somehow.
I get it, dog, but you tripping, bruh. Like, this is the one where you could have executed him and nobody would have batted a fucking eye if Orochimaru was dead. Like, seriously. Like,
I sure would have looked like this. Crazy.
Been like, ooh, shame on you.
It.
Like,
hate to fucking see it.
For real. Hate to see it, but you gotta go, dog. For real.
Yeah.
I'm still confused. Why the fuck they let Sasuke in?
Yeah, that's a whole other situation. Like that motherfucker should have been hiding too. But we'll keep
that.
We'll keep that for another episode, and we ain't gonna go into the toxic relationship that Sasuke has. Oh my god. Woo!
I want so much better for let me, and people might hate me for this. I want so much better for Sakura as a character. I don't think y'all understand.
Because
Sakura, when she was younger, she reminded me a lot of me, like having a crush on this nigga who really don't really know you exist and no shit like that. But she reminded me of a young me. That bitch is stupid, but she reminded me of a young me. I want a lot more for Sakura as a character. I want a lot more for all the female characters, but especially Sakura. She's a main fucking female character. Like, she's like one of the main female characters. And like to this day, because of how little she got from Kakashi, I really feel like that's also part of Kakashi's failure as a fucking sensei. Kakashi barely did shit for Naruto until after Jiraiya got a hold of him. And I don't give a fuck how many people want to say Kakashi was a good sensei. He's not. He's fucking not. Okay, Asuma was a better sensei than Kakashi.
That's a fucking fact. Like, there was nobody that should argue that. He was a
when Asuma fucking died,
and my guy was a better sensei.
He literally had something to say with each of the three. He told he told Ino, don't let Sakura beat her. He told a lot of shit to Shikamaru because he was close to Shikamaru, but he still had shit for Choji and Ino. He went with them. He hung out with him. And I understood why Kakashi didn't want Sasuke to be on his own, but you could have had trained Sasuke with his fucking team. You didn't have to bring Sasuke by himself. You could have had Naruto and Sakura training along with him. And yeah, he could have taught him Chidori still, but you could have given Sakura something. And she was y'all weak. You only as strong as your weakest link. And if we had to put all the teams up against each other based off of team work alone, probably Inashiku Cho Team 8 would fucking win that shit.
Yeah.
Was that Team 10 who was fucking Hinata and them's team? Well, they probably would have got second. But like Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura didn't really have their teamwork together like that.
No, they didn't. And it's fucked up because you didn't get to see their true teamwork, honestly, until Boruto. Which is stupid as fuck because it's like, bro, like, these are the two main fucking, like, literally at one point the joke was that the fucking anime should be called Sasuke because it was so much about fucking Sasuke. So if you got these two main characters, or you got one main character and then other one's 1B, why did we not get to see them truly work together? Like, why did you have to wait till a whole?
I mean, we could say the war, but like it was mostly Sakura using Katsuyu to like, and here's and this is another point I do want to make, not just for Sakura but Tsunade. People have to remember. Okay, let me preface this conversation by saying this: Tsunade's not the worst Hokage, and here's why. People want to say, well, she didn't do shit during the Pain arc. I want people to understand that as a medical ninja, you're not supposed to be on the front lines.
Right.
You are literally a healer.
Exactly.
Because if you die, who's going to be there to heal everyone else who's fucking injured?
Like,
the reason Tsunade's a fighter, but she's a medical ninja originally. Okay? She healed. If it wasn't for her, a lot of people in the village would have fucking died. She literally went into a coma because she used too much of her chakra to heal everyone in the village that was injured. I need people to use their fucking critical thinking skills to remember that Tsunade and Sakura are both medical ninja. Tsunade herself told Sakura, you are not to be on the front lines unless absolutely necessary because you are a medical ninja. You need to heal people. Y'all don't see wartime doctors being on the front lines fighting.
Bro, that's the big
because they're in the background healing people, make sure people are fucking safe and
that's
not
like MMO like 101. Like your healer's never in the fucking front. Like your healer's guarded by
in reference to Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash, them niggas learn that shit the hard way.
The hard fucking way because boy, you want to talk about losing your healer quickly? Y'all motherfuckers.
That nigga was a healer in the tank, which didn't make any sense. Y'all niggas didn't want to train before you go out and fight, but that's another story. That's another story. We need Tail for that because that's Tail shit, telling Polo shit though.
Oh yeah, Grimar was fucking crazy, bro. That was the realest fucking RPG like fantasy type anime that I've seen in a long time. I remember like my jaw was.
There was a reason they friend died, but I ain't gonna
how the fuck you lose your tank and your fucking healer? Y'all was.
How do you make your healer your fucking tank though?
It was the
like I literally said I was watching like y'all niggas didn't want to train before y'all go and try to fight these monsters you could barely beat 6-on-1.
I agree. I agree. That anime has some real ass fucking moments. They learn the hard fucking way real fast. Like, oh, we might not survive. Yeah, that's for real. That was all bad. But yeah, no. Any last thoughts on the big three? I mean, this has been an excellent conversation, but I mean, any last thoughts that you want to give off, Panda, on the big three? Like I said, you know where I stand on it, but I want to hear your thoughts on how you feel about the big three overall. Your last points.
The big three all have my respect, even though I'm not an avid One Piece watcher and reader. I do respect One Piece as a series and for all its popularity and for what my pod, shout out to Worst Gen. Go listen. Shout out to Worst Gen. I really just appreciate One Piece for what it is and what I watch. I didn't stop watching One Piece because I didn't like it. It's never been that. It's just I fell off of it and I might start reading, might being the big word because the nigga lazy. So, but I do think the big three, sans One Piece that I don't watch it, Bleach and Naruto I do have my critiques for them, but I do appreciate them for what they brought to my life as someone who, Naruto got me into fan fictions, and I've been reading fan fictions for years, and I've been reading Bleach fan fictions too. Like, they introduced me to so many characters that I authentically enjoyed, and so many concepts in anime that I enjoy. So I appreciate them for what they brought, despite the criticisms that I have for them. So shout out to Tai Kubo. Shout out to Masashi Kishimoto. Shout out to Oda. Y'all have done such amazing work. I hope Oda continues to make some good stuff for all the people who are One Piece fans. And when I start reading it, I do believe it'll be definitely excellent whenever I start reading it. And I hope the ending for One Piece, when it comes, is a lot better for One Piece fans than Bleach and Naruto did for me. Especially Bleach. So,
Scuba,
that's my thoughts.
What's your last thoughts on the big three?
My last thoughts are One Piece for me is my favorite. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, not to disrespect anybody, but One Piece is my GOAT of all anime. Like, not just the big three, it's my GOAT of everything. Naruto is very much so fire as fuck. And I'm hoping, because everybody said that Boruto just got out of filler, so now Boruto is fire, so I'm going to jump into it. I don't know where that picks up in the manga, but I'm thinking about just jumping into it from the manga point, not from the anime point. And then Bleach, when this last the war comes, I'm going to jump into that. I feel like they're all great from their particular standpoint, and I don't feel like anybody is necessarily trash. I do give, for me, I was like joking with Mike or whatever. I was like, Bleach is a 7 out of 10, but even a 7 out of 10 is not calling it trash.
There's some anime that'll kill for a 7 out of 10, honestly.
I remember
for Bleach's ending, that is good.
Bro, I got stoned for that shit.
I mean, you shouldn't have, because I feel like you were being fair, and you're as long as you weren't saying Bleach is garbage and giving a bullshit ass reason, I ain't gonna say no names, but them niggas back on Clubhouse from last week, y'all still can catch this fade. Fuck you thought this was.
I got Bleach a 7 out of 10. I was like, I thought, and I honestly and truthfully was just being honest. And boy, I got fucking dragged on Twitter for that shit.
Hey.
And now I'm the Bleach, quote unquote, I'm the Bleach hater. I don't know how that happened. But yeah. The big three is fuck what it is. There is no new big three. The big three is One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. Okay, get out your feelings. There is no Black Clover, My Hero, JJK, big three. I
just want y'all to understand that this is very accurate. Stop trying to recreate that shit. The big three was given because of multiple factors that these anime and manga have not reached. I love JJK. I appreciate My Hero Academia as well. I will never call them part of big three, so stop trying to give them some shit that's already been given and never be given again. Because bitch, nobody will be the new Boyz II Men, nobody will be the new Destiny's Child, nobody will be the new Isley Brothers, no one will be the new Michael Jackson, the new Prince, the new Whitney Houston. No.
It's just what it is. Yeah, why come y'all can't accept the fact that it is what it is? Make a different name. I don't give a fuck. Call it the Great Trio. I don't give a
call it the new three.
No, don't do that shit. Because you gonna give motherfuckers an inch, they take a fucking motherfucking 3, 5, 600 miles.
Fortunately,
don't do that shit. Y'all just appreciate anime manga for what it is. It doesn't need a specific title to make it great. If it's great, it'll stand on its own without being part of a trio.
Right. I think honestly, you two said it the best. Like I can't really add much to that. Honestly, the big three is the big three, dog. Just appreciate like how far and wide they touched, and appreciate the fact that literally they were like they're one of the good reasons that anime became as popular as it is right now because of those three. Seriously, they like started the anime boom for damn sure in the U.S. So just appreciate it for what it is. There's no slander. If you got your favorite, that's fine, but they're all good. There's a reason that it's not called the big 2 and 1. No, it's called the big fucking 3. So accept them for what it is. Seriously.
So,
all right. So on that, we get to the end, and now we go to ScubaSteve's favorite part of the fucking podcast, which is the draft. Ladies and gents, you know what the draft is, and if you don't know, let's break it down to you. Each of us, referring to ScubaSteve, Black myself, and Panda, will be doing a draft. So basically, our draft starts with whatever topic that ScubaSteve will be throwing at us. We each will be able to throw out. Let's do it to 12. So we'll all have 4 characters.
Oh, I was gonna do the whole 5. Fuck it.
You gonna do the 5?
Yeah, fuck it.
Panda being our guest, would you like to do a top 5? That'd be 15 people.
Yeah,
say less. Our guest Panda said it, ScubaSteve said it, and we in this. So this will be a top 15 draft. We do not know the topic because ScubaSteve throws the topic on us at the last second, and that's what makes it that much more fun. So with that, we're gonna do the draft, and Panda being our guest will have the first number 1 overall pick. ScubaSteve, what is our topic for this week's draft?
The picks are, y'all ready? Top 5 female badasses.
Because I know excellent topic for Panda being here.
I know we got Panda. I know we got fucking Black is the Wafu Nation.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was like, let's just do this. Top 5 female badasses. Let's fucking go.
So now the thing is, with it being a draft, you got to come up because some person might take your top 5. That's the thing with a draft. You only get, somebody takes one of your top 5, you got to go to the next one. So, Panda, you'll go first. ScubaSteve, I'll let you go second.
No, I'll go last because I know the topic.
Okay, fair enough.
I always go last because I know the topic.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll go too. All right, so number 1 on the draft board. Who you got? Your overall number 1 pick.
Yoruichi.
Fair enough. Yoruichi from Bleach. Explain why you got it. I mean, we all know why, but explain to our listeners.
First and foremost, she is a darker skinned woman. Love that about her character.
Hey,
but it's not just that.
Here.
She brought everybody. The whole world was fucking shocked when Yoruichi the cat turned out to be a fully figured, beautiful ass, darker skinned woman. She's not only strong as fuck, but she's proven that shit time and time again. She not she can be cocky about it. She wants to because she got it like that. Junko, she's created so many fucking abilities in fucking Bleach, and her role in the final arc was amazing too. That's my bitch. Fuck you mean? Yoruichi. And she got it like that.
So number 1 on the board, the number 1 overall pick is Yoruichi, and I have absolutely no problem with that because Yoruichi is a bad woman. Man,
let's go.
She is beautiful within too.
Okay.
All right. So I got number 2, and I, being a waifu connoisseur as I am, I'm going to pick one of the most badass women that is out there and that everybody knows, everybody should know. If you don't know, you better find out real quick. And that is going to be Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tail.
Oh, okay.
Now, for y'all fairy tale heads that might not understand why this woman's a badass, she probably has one of the most badass scenes in anime. So, let's break this down really quickly. Erza they're in basically a tournament. And so Erza's turn comes up. She is told that she gets to choose the count of how many people she's going to knock out, referring to villains wise. She could choose a number between 1 and 100. So all these teams are basically sitting there trying to figure out, okay, well, if she could take out 10 and he could take out 20, we might be able to overall just basically inch by. Nah, not Erza. Erza, Queen Titania. She runs up and she's like, "Oh, I'm first. Yeah, let me get all 100." Wait. You do know that you got to actually beat all 100 and that these go to different levels. She's like, yeah, run that back. Let me get all 100. And so literally the entire anime stops. Like, I kid you not. Everybody just stops and just looks at her like, wait, what? And so literally Erza's moment was showing them why she's not just known as Erza Scarlet. She's known as Queen Titania. And she runs amok through every motherfucking enemy. When I say it was one of the more greatest scenes ever, it was such a hype thing to see Queen Titania. Mind you, they're not even supposed to be this strong. They're just coming back from a time skip. But she's like, nah, let me let y'all know why I'm an S-class wizard. So she runs through it, completely shocks the world, and puts Fairy Tail back on the map by her single self. Not to mention, she's also one of the strongest characters in fucking Fairy Tail as a woman, which I love so much. She's badass, she's angry, but goddamn, she is sexy as fuck. Whew, don't get me started on a redhead. I love a redhead. But that is my number 2. And so off the board, the number 2 pick is Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tail.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
All right, Steve, number 3 pick. Don't be scared. But you guys, hey, don't be scared. Remember, this is the bronze. This is the podium right here. Don't be scared. Don't come weak on it. What you got?
My pick, Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay. I wasn't expecting her so early, if not at all. But go ahead and let us know why you picked Genkai out here.
I chose Genkai. Let's be real. She got Yusuke in place. Yeah, and she's not taking no shit from Yusuke. Yusuke is
talking. Keiko could do the same shit though.
Yusuke is talking as much shit as he is. And Genkai is like,
a lot of shit.
Get your shit together. You're not on my level. You need to be here, but you're down here. Like, Genkai is really talking that shit. And I fuck with Genkai. And then on top of that, she quote unquote had a nick. I mean, let's be real. Her for lack of a better
her WAP got that
her vagina is so good.
Okay.
She had Taguro in feelings.
and that is why Taguro will always be a subpar villain on Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, because he
was better.
He was swooned for damn sure.
You mad because she don't want to be a demon, my nigga? And nigga, if my demon form makes me look like you, I don't want to be a demon either.
I don't need to look like that, dog. I'm good. I can pass. I'm good.
Look like a dick that looks too many Viagra rocks on it.
Genkai definitely was on that shit, and she was like, "My pussy's so good that niggas want to kill me for it."
Wow, that's so stalkerish, but you're right. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes.
If we breaking it down to
that, many women out there that have made one man go crazy. Many men go crazy, should I say? Fair enough.
So, with the second round starting,
all right, that's to be pick number 4, Panda. It's on you. So off the board, we have Yoriichi, we have Erza Scarlet, and we have Genkai. All right, your 4th pick. Who you got, Panda?
Tia Haribel.
Okay, and who's that from? You got to explain that.
Bleach. She's from Bleach. She's the 3rd Espada. Y'all know her as that blonde hair, darker skin.
Ooh, I know who you're talking about.
Haribel could not be taken the fuck down over some real shit. The only person who took her down was Aizen. That's because he betrayed her. Okay, but like Haribel had Hitsugaya fucking shooketh, I tell you,
shooketh.
And she's beautiful. Like Haribel was like chilling, like. Okay,
I ain't mad at you because your waifus, when you start describing them, again, I am a waifu connoisseur, so I am not mad at any waifu that's thrown out here.
Big facts.
All right, so that's number 4 off the board. Number 5 is bias is all hell, and I don't give a damn, but that's going to be Nico Robin from One Piece.
I knew you was going to pick
Nico Robin. It's obvious. Come on, that's my wife. That's like my wife. Like, I have so much shit of this woman around my house. She's part of life. It is what it is. People got to accept it. I am married to a 2D woman. I will also have a marriage to a 3D woman in life, but understand I have 2 marriages. But Nico Robin, what made her such a badass, when she first was shown back in the beginning of the Alabasta arc, you had Luffy, you had Zoro, you had Sanji, you had Nami, you also had Vivi. and you had Usopp, and I think you had Chopper. So you had a strong amount of the crew. She defeated all of them within a single second, and I was like,
Miss Sunday, Miss Sunday,
exactly. See,
yeah,
you know that, yeah. Miss All Sunday went on some other shit, but yeah, she came in as her introduction, and it was like, damn, you that badass? Like, you know, you badass when you took Luffy's straw hat. This nigga Luffy for 900 and something episodes has not lost that motherfucking straw hat. You somehow took it off his head and wore it yourself. You should have been dead off that, just off that. But you were so badass, he was like, okay, fine, I'll give it back. But just know that I'm strong enough if I need to take you out. Not to mention, just such a also beautiful woman, smart, intelligent. She's an archaeologist.
They shouldn't have made her light skin in the fucking second half of the anime.
I agree on that because she was tan and I loved every second of it. I don't know. Everybody tries to justify why she ended up going lighter. I don't get it. I never will. But she was beautiful as she was. But nonetheless, she's still beautiful. That is my first wife. It is what it is. So off the board, number 5 is Nico Robin from One Piece. Okay. Number 6, Steve, is on you. Now I get the Genkai pick. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be the number 3 overall in the draft, but let's see what you got for number 6. Who you got for number 6?
My pick. My pick is Michiko from Michiko and.
Hey, I fuck with it.
Okay. Now, I've heard this name before, so I do know who this is. Hey. I remember seeing her. If I'm not mistaken, she's a chocolate beauty as well. No. I've seen bits and parts of it. I haven't watched it like fully through, but I've seen enough bits and parts to understand that is a beautiful woman.
Michiko is my nigga.
Yes.
She not only did she get out of prison, she went to the adopted family and said, "That's my daughter. She's coming with."
In
me.
So many words, she did. Michio had drip. Like, they couldn't afford shit else, but she had clothes like a motherfucker for some reason. But that bitch came through on the fits.
Fair enough.
She said, "That's my daughter." She said, "I know I've been in jail, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you."
I appreciate you.
What was going on.
In her DJ Khaled voice, I appreciate you.
That's my daughter. She's coming home with me. And she walked away with her daughter. Like, no bullshit, no questions. Like, I'm about to beat everybody in this motherfucker ass because that's my daughter. Then what's even crazier was she actually ended up rescuing her daughter because her daughter was in an abusive situation. But she didn't even know that.
She ain't better than me because I would have killed all them niggas in that household.
But the thing is, she didn't even know that part. She just was like on some real shit. I don't give a fuck what's going on in the world, the government. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's
like
my
that sometimes, dog. It'd be like that.
So yeah, Michiko is definitely, and of course she's the MC of Michiko and Hotchkiss. So.
All right.
Yeah.
That's number 6. So number 7, we'll repeat the picks. Number 1 was Yurichi. Number 2 was Eras of Scarlet. Number 3 was Genkai. Number 4 was the Espada. What was the Espada name again?
Patty Bell.
Thank you, Patty Bell. Number 5 was Nico Robin, Miss All Sunday, and number 6 was is her name Michiko, right? Mm-hmm. All right, number 7 in the draft, Panda. Who you got? You're making me nervous because I'm like that. When somebody pauses, that means something might pop off. So I'm curious now.
I gotta go with Iso from Tokyo Ghoul.
Ooh.
And I love, and this is why I said Iso. Iso was portrayed to be as this sadistic character who just wanted to cause mayhem, but there was a method to her madness that I really did appreciate, and who she turned out to be, actually be like behind the scenes. I really liked it. And I don't know if anyone has read Tokyo Ghoul, but I really appreciated that about her. And I really feel like she deserves her flowers for being so much. Because I'm a fan of psychotic female anime characters.
Oh, you ain't the only madam. We could talk about yanderes all goddamn day.
I'm not a big fan of Yuno because No.
What?
I'm not a huge fan of young. You know, have some crazy. Here's the thing. I like characters who are female characters who are psychotic without being psychotic over a dude.
My heart, but the famous Yuki, like, come on, she wanted her man, she loved her man, she just is extremely crazy about it. But yes,
and that's fine, but like I didn't care for it. But I do enjoy Ito for being a psychotic ass bitch who could slaughter niggas left and right. But she had a method to that shit behind it, and it wasn't because of a dude. So that's why I pick Ito. Love her. Shout out to her. Hope she's doing well.
Okay.
I hope she's doing well.
All right, so that's number 7. So number 8, we're talking about badass characters. I can't choose all my waifus, my top 5 wives. So not all of them are badass. Some of them are just cute as fuck. But
mark one off my list.
I don't know. It might not be the one, but I got a choice, and so I'm gonna choose this one, and that's gonna be Maki Ozo from Fire Force. Now.
Love muscular women.
Sorry, I had a moment. Pause. All right. It's something about not only just a muscular woman, but a muscular, beautiful woman that should catch any man's eye. Like, not only is she toned, but she got everything. She had a package of it all. But what made Maki stand out so much was that she did not give a fuck. She was down to beat everyone's ass. Did not matter if you thought you were stronger. Did not matter if you was the fucking main villain. Maki was giving you hands. Maki, oh my goodness, when she fucked up that one dude with her little spirit flare animals with inside the little robot fist, and she gave old boy the 1-2 combo, and then she did a fucking Dragon Ball fist into his chest and made this nigga explode flames. I said, I ain't never got turned so goddamn quick. I was like, Jesus have mercy. Just give it to me all. But yeah, Maki, fucking monster. Not to mention, she knows her role. She knows she's buff. She knows she's strong as shit. But at the same time, she's still girly. And I think that shit's extremely cute. Like, she understands she's not as girly as, as the cat girl, which I can't think of. And she's not as girly as sister. But she knows that as a woman, she still has her appeal. And I think that's just absolutely awesome. Plus, again, she'll whoop your ass. She will give you hands. She gave Shinra and Arthur hands because she was bored on a Tuesday. That's all you need to say about her. But my choice, Maki Ozo from Fire Force. So that is the number 8 pick, if I'm not mistaken. Steve, you on number 9?
All right. So, once again, I choose.
We do know you throw curveballs, so go ahead.
The regular badass. So Panda already fucking spoiled me on it, but from
of course,
I did not spoil you on anything.
Do you know how badass you have to fucking win that tournament? And not only win the tournament, but she was like, wait a minute, I still love this nigga. So
wait,
let me rewind time.
She didn't win the tournament once. She won the shit twice. The bitch was crazy, dog. Like, oh my God.
Yuki wasn't even cute or had any redeeming features. I go a little psycho over Sukuna or Gojo or Nanami, but bitch, Yuki
like kids, you know what I'm saying? Like as an adult, he was gonna get swollen.
Man, nah. You know what happened? I'm gonna break it down. What happened? Yuki smashed that one good time, and she got lost in Vsauce.
Not she even just lost her marble. You know how badass you gotta be to be like, I won this tournament.
Let me
go back in time to kill herself.
Right.
You know how people be like, kill yourself.
You gotta be some other shit when you win a fucking survival game and be like, hey, let's run it back, Turbo. The fuck? What you mean run it back? Like, this is a survival game. I'm not running shit back. Yeah. You gotta be on some other shit. I agree. Oh my God.
Is my pick
I'm not mad at that pick because
I got more picks. I'm afraid y'all not gonna pick these people. I'm afraid.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So the 9th pick. So now we're on pick number 10, if I'm not mistaken. We've all had 3 picks, so we're on pick 10. Panda, you're up.
Olivier Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
Cross off. You got it.
Okay.
I love her because she don't give a fuck, and it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna defend the mistress. It's not even about that. Bitch, I'm gonna defend Briggs because this is where the fuck I'm stationed. I don't give a fuck if you motherfucking Full Metal Alchemist. Don't give a fuck whoever the fuck your name is. I don't give a fuck about my fuck ass brother either. Bitch, I'm gonna defend Harold and defend this shit right here. Mm-hmm. And she never folded just because Raven popped up. She killed Raven ass, and that cemented her as like one of my favorite female characters. I love her. And plus I plan on naming my child Olivier because that's just a cute ass name. I love that name.
Okay. I fuck with that. I had to cross one off my list. Good job, Panda. I was definitely worried. Okay. I was like,
all right.
Taste.
Fair enough. All right. That was a solid number 9. Or that was solid number 10. Number 11, I'm actually shocked that I was able to get to her because this is a badass woman. And that will be I always butcher her fucking name and I feel good. Mary Leona from Black Clover.
Okay.
Listen here. Again, I have a thing for women that can kick my ass. Just like Spike says in Cowboy Bebop, everybody check out the hat. I have a thing for a woman that can kick my ass. I ain't got no shame in it. And that is a woman that can kick many people's ass. Listen. She gave this man hands so much. He had to power up not once, not twice, but thrice. Like when you whooping a man's ass, he got to power up a couple of times. Everybody catches hands. It just flat out. Not only that, she scared the shit out of other captains. Like, come on, if you're a captain, you ain't supposed to be scared of nobody. Like, you're a fucking magic captain. Nah. She is like, bro, you coming with me to train. Like, Yami was like, I ain't trying to fuck with this bitch. She crazy. And Yami's the ultimate badass. And Yami like, I'm not fucking with you. Yo ass crazy. I'm sorry. The first time I saw her, I was like, oof, chills. Just chills down my goddamn spine because you just something else. All that. Yes, but her crazy ass, her fucking violent, crazy, feral ass. Yes. And we talk about badass women. Yes, her scenes were fucking badass within themselves. So, yes. So that is my pick for that would be number 11. So, yes, now we're on 12. So we're getting down to the bottom of the list. Steve, you got 2 more picks left. So your 12th one would be?
I'm surprised at this. I still got like 6 people on my list. So
you got 2 to choose from.
I'm gonna mention honorable mentions when we're done.
So. Fair enough. All right.
But Revy from Black Lagoon.
Hey, you said that shit, my nigga. Yes.
You get the round of applause.
2 hands in this bitch.
Hey, I'm fair enough.
Revy from Black Lagoon actually was my number 2 overall.
Oh, so she made it all the way down to 12? Okay.
I'm crossing people out because I'm assuming everybody's gonna pick people.
That's a good. That's what you call a value pick in the draft. Yeah. That's when you get a character that was your number 2 overall, and she make it down to 4. That's what we call a value pick. Good job, sir. Good job.
Revy from Black Lagoon.
Mercy, Revy
beat niggas ass, and
Revy was wild.
She didn't beat your ass. She pulling out 2 pistols.
Where it came from?
And she will haunt you if she couldn't beat your ass straight up. Yeah. Like Revy was
my nigga.
What? Revy was fucking wild, B.
Bro,
it was crazy.
Was not playing no games, and always was about that smoke. Like it was never running from it. It was never damsel in distress. It was like, I'm not only about that smoke, I'm leading into that smoke. Like, what do y'all want to do? Because I'm about it. So whatever everybody else want to do, I'm going to be the head honcho on that shit. And Revy was definitely about that life.
She got the fucking job done too.
Yes, bro.
That she fucking did.
So Revy on Black Lagoon was definitely, as far as female badasses in fan fiction,
Yeah.
She's still in my top 5.
I am not mad at that pick at all, sir. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it 1000%. Revy was a fucking badass completely.
Yeah. So Revy for sure.
All right. So we are on our 13th pick. We are at the end. Scuba, was you writing down the names just to make sure? Did you write them down?
Oh yeah. I wrote them down.
Why don't you recap the list just so we know where we're at?
So I'm not gonna do no particular order. I just wrote them down.
Okay.
We got Nico, Robin, Revy, Michiko, Genkai, Urza. Shit, I forgot the last 2.
We had Spada, the 10.
The Spada.
Hattie Bell.
And then you're a chick from Black Clover.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we have those ones. Panda, this would be your 13th pick, your final pick. Let us have it.
Roberta from Black Lagoon.
Oh, look at that. We double dipping into the Black Lagoon. I ain't even mad at y'all.
I love Revy, but Roberta was built really different.
Okay.
She put fear into, like, she was part of guerrilla warfare and all that shit. My bitch could beat the fuck, like, was murdering niggas. Not to say Revy was not, but Roberta was built fucking different. And I don't know how the fuck to explain that. I mean, to be honest, Black Lagoon got a lot of badass women.
They do. They really do.
In the anime, including Balalaika and Shinhua, the Taiwanese lady who threw knives and shit. But Roberta, something about Roberta ass, just bitch. I want an umbrella gun. I don't give a fuck.
Panda don't need weapons. Panda already chooses violence when she's around. But umbrella gun, yeah, dog.
Big 5.
Definitely need it.
All right. So that's what the 13th pick. The 14th pick, which would be mine, and I'm actually very shocked that she made it to me. Oh, and I just drew a blank. Oh no, no. Oh, she was I just drew a blank. Thank you. 14th pick would be Saber from Fate Stay Night. Now, if y'all ever seen Fate Stay Night, Saber is basically the reincarnation of Arthur Pendergraft from the Knights of the Round Table.
Well, it depends on which Fate Stay you watch. There's another version where she's also Nero from
Nero. Yeah, I know you're talking about the carnival one. I forgot, but yeah, I'm talking about the original Saber from Fate Stay Night.
Yeah,
so I'm talking about that one. Now, again, as badass as a heroic hero you can be, I mean, they're all heroic heroes, so they're all strong as hell. But Saber was hands down considered the most badass of all the goddamn ones, to the point that every other heroic hero was trying to strategize how to take her out. And it just didn't fucking happen because she was just that goddamn badass. Her move, Excalibur, was absolutely obliterating shit that made absolutely no sense. I saw at one point, Saber gave Berserker, who is a fucking like 22 foot tall ass, just massive man. She dropped her sword and gave this nigga the coldest uppercut I've ever fucking seen in an anime. Mind you, she uses swords, but she gave this man an uppercut and flew his ass 40 feet in the air. And I said, damn. So you not only good with the steel, you got hands. All right, say less. And not to mention, she's just beautiful. Like, she can do the whole suit thing and dress up as a butler, but then she could throw on a dress and you're like, damn, okay, I get it. Not to mention just, oh man, it's just something about her. Just that cool, calm demeanor. I like those like coup-de-day like women. I'm cool when they're just chill, and I love the relaxation type of women. So that's my 14th pick. ScubaSteve, hit us out with your last pick, the 15th pick, and the badass woman draft.
Before I do my 15th pick, let me do these female characters that I feel like we missed.
Honorable mentions? Okay.
Yeah. Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter. She was a badass. She trained up these nin users. That's what her job was. Tanya from
Saga the Tanya the Evil. Okay.
We missed her. Mizuki, Nana Mizuki from Blood Sea.
Ooh.
Do not know how
I feel like Saya was
I was gonna say Saya too. Saya was
not Saya from Blood C. I'm talking about Blood Plus, the original shit.
Oh, I never watched Blood Plus yet.
Okay.
Just Blood C.
I watched Blood Plus and Saya was better. Diva was also a lot better.
I love me some Saya. Saya was the shit to me.
Okay. And then Ryuko from Kill la Kill is another character that I would say is a badass.
A hothead, but she is a badass in her own way. Fair enough.
But for my pick, I am choosing SDef from Akame Ga Kill. I don't know how we lost.
Steve went half Yandees. I'm not mad at that. I'm not. I get it. But yeah, she was a crazy badass. You're absolutely right.
She put that collar on Olga, and I was just my favorite scene of hers when she went to that the ice people. Like, I don't know if they were ice people, or whatever. But like by the end of it, like she had basically slaughtered all his people. He was licking her boots at the end, and I just fucked that so hard.
Hey, you are my bitch now. That's basically what her crazy.
And then she kicked him in the head and killed him, and then I was really sold.
Her bitch. I definitely was like, yo.
I get it. I get it. I mean, again, she's a full Yandere. That's not even a doubt in my motherfucking mind. That bitch is nuts. But I get it. I do completely get it.
And then you can also name Akame or Tsunade, depending on
but as they've made it,
that's my pick. Yeah.
I mean, even though May Terumi didn't get a lot of fucking like character development, I will say May Terumi really she has two Keke Tota, I think they're called Keke Tota. Mm-hmm. That bitch was a badass, but she was just lost in wanting a man so much, and that shit
bothered. Big facts. But yeah, I was just like, yo, there's so many to pick from. Yeah. That's why, and this list, obviously, I had top 5 female badasses because I was like, we could actually do 5.
Yeah, you're right. That list could keep going because I didn't even add Kiss Shot from the Montagari series. Yeah. I didn't add.
Yeah, get your shit off.
Terrible Tornado from One Punch Man. That bitch is an absolute monster. She's an absolute fucking monster. Yeah, I'm not gonna continue this list, but I'm just thinking in my head there's a lot of waifus that we could have kept going. Honest, even the badass like 02. She literally held together a whole fucking anime because of her.
I love 02.
02 is fucking epic.
And no one would tell me different about the opening Kiss of Death. It's basically her singing, but in Mika Nakamura's voice.
My bitch Claire from Claymore.
I'm still reading that one. I still got to catch up to y'all.
She's a crazy motherfucker too. Yeah, she's crazy.
And then if we really want to turn people's heads, because I know y'all often frown at me. Gabby from AOT.
Of course, you know I gotta be. How fucking rude of you to really say that and not bring up Mikasa of all. You're gonna bring up Gabby?
You know I gotta be controversial a little bit.
You know what?
I'm gonna block Steve.
Right, you gonna time out for at least a half a day. Motherfucker gonna bring up Gabby and not Mikasa. I'm actually shocked that nobody brought up Mikasa, which I'm okay with because there's a lot of badass women in anime. But if you're gonna bring up an AOT woman, you better say Mikasa, dog. Come on, man. Come on, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. This is an awesome podcast. We would like to thank our guest, Panda the Don, for coming in and talking anime with us. We appreciate you, Panda.
Thank you for having me. Shout out to Worst Gen. Listen to us. I'm 1/9 of Worst Gen, so shout out to them. Love y'all. Love my peoples. And make sure y'all tune in to Anime After Dark every Wednesday at 9:30 on Clubhouse.
There you go. Anything else you want to plug? You want to let them know your Twitter name just in case they want to go follow you?
Shit. Follow me at Panda Dadon, Panda PANDA_Dadon DADON. Follow me for all mess and bullshit. And stay tuned for Give Panda the Ox, which will be making its return one of these days. Yeah, return for Give Panda the Ox. Please and thank you.
Shout out to my niggas at fucking Worst Gen.
For real, Worst Gen, we appreciate y'all. Y'all do what y'all do. We trust me. We hear y'all. And shout out to all the other podcasts that I can think of. Of course, it's all about It Mob Crew. We gonna always represent the It Mob Crew. Gang. But we always gonna represent them. But shout out to the other podcasts. I ain't gonna even name them because I'm gonna forget one and I'm gonna feel guilty. So I ain't gonna do that. But shout out to all the black creators out there, the black content creators that are doing their thing. We appreciate you guys because we're trying our best to hold it down in the anime community. I think we're doing one hell of a job personally. So
big facts. I am ScubaSteve1428 on Twitter and on Instagram. Please follow me, and I will definitely provide shenanigans and whatever else you guys would like to, talk about. I am that guy that has no problem pushing the envelope. You guys want to fucking slander me? So what? Like I don't know you personally, but other than that, shout out to In My Crew and shout out to fucking Mayonaka Mixer because we holding it fucking down in this
man. We trying our best. Y'all can find me at Black Hole Player on Twitter. I used to go by, that's the Twitter handle. And also, of course, I'm a shout out. Any questions, comments, concerns, things you would like us to talk about, anything, feel free to shout out the email. The email is the Mayonaka Mixer at gmail.com. That is Mayonaka Mixer at gmail.com, just like the name of the podcast. We do hit that up all the time. We do check out stuff like that. And in the future, we got a couple of more collaborations coming along as well, especially when we're going to run it back with the anime music part 2 with our lovely Panda the Don. So with that, for the Mixer, as we normally do, we out.
Peace.